Hello, this video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon and my members on YouTube. Minasan, arigatou gozaimasu. My name is Kurt, and today is the 10th day of December 2023. This is my daily Good Life meditation, an exercise that I do every morning a little bit after waking up. It's now 4:45 a.m. I do this to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. You can get a copy of the book from the link down in the description. I recommend the hardbound edition. I also use this time to remember my last 24 hours and think about the challenges and opportunities that I met, especially the ones that took me by surprise, to see how I did applying the aforementioned objectives and principles to those, find ways to improve. I also use the time to think about the coming day, plan for it, and to reflect if I'm ready to die. But before I do any of that, I like to read a poem. So we're going to read again the poem that we read for the first time yesterday, when it did have this one word that I forgot to look up, cowslip, which I think is a plant. Anyway, this one is called May 23, and it's a poem about a man, Jack Norman, who I'm still trying to get to the bottom of. May 23. Oh, it's by Edward Thomas, by the way. There never was a finer day, and never will be while May is May, the third and not the last of its kind. But though fair and clear, the two behind seemed pursued by tempests overpast, and the morrow, with fear that it could not last, was spoiled. Today, ere the stones were warm, 5 minutes of thunderstorm dashed it with rain, as if to secure by one tear its beauty, the luck to endure. At midday then, along the lane, old Jack Norman appeared again, jaunty and old, crooked and tall, and stopped and grinned at me over the wall, with a cowslip bunch in his buttonhole and one in his cap. Who could say if his roll came from flints in the road, the weather or ale? He was welcome as a nightingale. Not an hour of the sun had been wasted on Jack. "I've got my Indian complexion back," said he. He was tanner, like a harvester, like his short-clad pipe, like the leaf and burr that clung to his coat from last night's bed, like the plough-land crumbling red. Fairer flowers were none on the earth than his cowslips wet with the dew of their birth, or fresher leaves than the cress in his basket. "Where do they come from, Jack?" "Don't ask it, and you'll be told no lies." "Very well, then I can't buy." "I don't want to sell. Take them and these flowers too, free. Perhaps you have something to give me." "Wait till next time, the better the day. The Lord couldn't make a better, I say." "If he could, he never has done." So off went Jack with his roll, walk, run, leaving his cresses from Oakshott Rill and his cowslips from the wheaten hill. 'Twas the first day that the midges bite, but though they bit me, I was glad of it. Of the dust in my face, too, I was glad. Spring could do nothing to make me sad. Bluebells hid all the ruts in the copse. The elm seeds lay in the road like hops. That fine day, May the 23rd, the day Jack Norman disappeared. I like that. I've got a few more words there to understand. Oakshott and Watham Hill, I think those are places, and I love that one line. Bluebells hid all the ruts in the copse. Now, I think I came up with an idea. I don't think I came up with an idea. I did come up with an idea. What if I was to read, because I read them day after day, until I understand them enough, and then I move on to another poem, usually alternating between Edward Thomas and John Keats at this point. Alike but dissimilar enough to warrant interchange. What if I was to make my stopping point, the moving on to the next poem, when I get a good reading? because I almost got a good reading there, except I said a few words wrong. And then I can use the shorts capability on YouTube to snap that little poem as a short and save it away to a poetry file on YouTube as a playlist. There's an idea, I'll tell you. I like that one. Okay, that was fun. I really liked that. I really, really, really liked that poem. In fact, I'm going to put a highlight on the title so I know. I'm pretty sure thinking that this is the book that's going to carry with me in Japan. A book of poetry at all times, to stop in a park or by the stream or by the sea or wherever and just read a poem from time to time. It's too good to be true to imagine such a life. That's okay if it doesn't come. I know. Life is. But what a delicious idea. I've lost my motivation. Not that I've lost my motivation, I've lost my momentum. I'm so bound up in that thought. It's a delicious thought. I don't remember having moments like this when I was young. Moments of rapture. Come back, Kurt. It's so good to get old. It's so good. It's the best thing. It's the best thing in life. Makes sense. Okay. I'm going to have a hard time moving forward from here. It's the same. No. Okay. Okay, I'll say it. It's like after sex. When you're just like that. That's what this is like. But for a very different reason. Get it together, Kurt. Where was I? Oh, yesterday and last night. Good hard day yesterday. Day off. Did all my chores. Did all my work. Did all the things I needed to do. Plus, I think I finally reached an enormous milestone insofar as I've finally convinced myself in such a way that I believe it, that free will is an illusion. It was by virtue of a video that I watched, which laid out the case against free will in a very convincing manner. And I find myself suddenly believing now, which is a really interesting feeling. It's like it's a strange thing. It's not a feeling of giving up. It's not a feeling of resignation. It's not a feeling of it's just a feeling like it's like I mean a story that's being told, not written by anybody, but of which I am just the player. I'll leave it at that right now. My thoughts aren't clear. I'm not thinking well after all that before. The good life. 8 objectives. Oh, I realized yesterday I missed one afterwards, but anyway. To be always ready to die. To make good and effective use of time. To develop and maintain good and sound life principles. To cultivate good emotional reactions. To perform good actions. To recognize true limits and true opportunity. to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully, and to maintain my balance. The 35 principles now. War, reason, homunculus, anchor hold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, the pirate ride, maturity, the social principle, principle of family, public speaking, distraction, agency in the great indifference, temperance, the best, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be born, the feast of Offal. I knew I got distraction and temperance wrong. I put them in the wrong place. Distraction, agency in the great indifference, the best seat in the house, the restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the season of philosophy, script writing, the bullseye aim, the uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, the principle of fun, and being prepared. A little sloppy. I didn't even keep track really if I missed anything. I should use the book now. I've got a new copy. I can use that as a guide. Should keep a list. Keep a list here maybe or something like that. I've got to look at. It's important to keep them right. It's important to the integrity of the list. If I keep them right, if I don't guide it, then I'm going to go off base and slowly off course. Okay, as for today, it's a Sunday. I moved the book reading to today, so I'll go and do that after I do my morning stuff. I do all this, read the Bible, feed the dogs, feed myself, go to the beach, read the book, maybe take a swim, come back, and I've got the day free. I think Yumiko and I will just hang out at home today. Am I ready to die? Are my affairs in order? Yeah. Are my relationships sound? Yes. Is my life's work complete? Yes. I can stop now. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care. I will move forward and up. I will rarely stop, and I will never